Hello and welcome to my channel. It's Sultan back at you with another video. This time I'll be talking about oud. When it comes to oud, given that I'm from the Middle East and I'm currently in the Middle East, oud is a very popular oil or fragrance or scent that's been used for many years. And of course, the kind of oud that's acceptable here might not be acceptable in other places, especially in the Western world. But recently, in the past few years, it's been a lot more popular, a lot more accepted and understood by many people around the world. Hence, you find oud fragrances in almost every brand nowadays. So for me, especially here, when I want to use oud or smell like oud, I tend to use it in the way that I think is the proper way. So I actually use real oud, the actual oil. And I kind of like to mix it with other fragrances to balance it out, and just to, of course, I think the real oud is not, mostly, this is my opinion, they're not really about the brand, they're about the source, where it comes from, the quality of it, everything in those details is really what differs a real good oud or from another. And sometimes the brands are just about the trust that they deliver quality ingredients from good sources. And just to name a few, this is typically, this stuff, I got quite a few of these. Like they come from all over the world, starting from India to further east. They're, Indian, Cambodian, Malaysian, Indonesian, sometimes even Chinese. They typically come in these little bottles. And of course, you dab all of them. There's like real oil. And I have quite a few. Compared to people here, this might be just normal, but I focused on getting the best I can possibly get from really good sources, especially the Indian oud, which is way more skanky and animalic. It's very difficult. You have to have a nose for it. But some of the best Cambodians, which one? This one's the Indian. One of the best I have ever smelled. This little tiny amount lasts for a while, a long time. Anyway, having said that, I like to mix these. Like recently, I've been using, quite recently, this is one of my favorite mixes, is mixing Cambodian oud with Baccarat Rouge. Amazing mix. I don't know, I just did that by coincidence and I loved it. Or I also tried mixing it with Alexandria 2 by Serge. Amazing mix as well. Cambodian oud is way more fruity and smooth compared to the Indian oud. Anyway, long story short, I'll try to make this video as short as possible. They will be my top 15 oud-based fragrances. Some of them, honestly, I barely detect any oud in the fragrance whatsoever. But, some of them have the name oud in it or in the note breakdown, so we'll just deal with that. I consider them more as like woody scents than they are actual oud. But Let's start off with the list. I'll try to give a brief description of each one. Um, Starting off with, I'm gonna do 15. These 15, of course, another disclaimer that they're just my favorites from my own collection, so it's very subjective. Some people might agree, some people might disagree. So this is my, these are my favorites. Some of them I left out. I tried to stick to 15. I didn't even know I had this much, but anyway. Start off with number 15. This one is from the Armani Privé collection. It's called Oud Royal. Oud Royal. This is kind of a balsamic, woody, smoky. It's a dry oud fragrance. I kind of detect the oud in here. Smells very Middle Eastern. It's not medicinal, but some might think it's kind of rubbery or something like that. But it has like an amber accord in the dry down. Sweetens it up a little bit with some spiciness, maybe from the saffron, and I think some sandalwood or incense. It's kind of creamy. Gets powdery on the dry down after a sharp, dry opening. Pretty good performance. Oud Royal, number 15. Number 14, just flip the name to Royal Oud from the House of Creed. This stuff is really nice. I barely detect any oud in here, but anyway, it's very classy. It's more of a cedar and sandalwood fragrance. Very tiny hint of oud you get in the dry down maybe somewhere. I would consider it, like I said, woody more than oudy, but it's very versatile, classy scent. Good stuff. Oud, Royal Oud by Creed. Down to number 13. Number 13 from the House of Amouage, the green bottle, Epic Man. Epic Man. This stuff, like I mentioned before, it's spicy, green, smoky, resinous, has some incense. I detect the oud in here. Leather, but it's very masculine, long-lasting, classy scent. This works here. Very highly complimented. Lasts pretty good. Number 13. Or, was it number 13? Yeah. Okay, down to number 12. Number 12 from the House of Stefan Lucas Humbert, I think. It's called Umma. Umma. Okay, this stuff, I think this is a great oud blended fragrance. It's very natural oud with some rose and maybe some jasmine in it. It's a little bit skanky at first, but nevertheless, it's very regal, very luxurious. This is royal stuff. Pretty good. Umma. Okay, down to number 11. Number 11. Sorry, where is it? Let me grab it just a second. Sorry about that. Number 11 from the House of Flores. This is Honey Oat. Honey Oat, from its name, has tons of honey and oud. These two notes remain dominant throughout the whole journey of the fragrance, especially the honey, with some maybe vanilla and musky vibes as it dries down, and kind of like an ambery feel. It's very luxurious, classy, well blended and balanced. This is really good stuff from the House of Flores at number 11. Okay, down to the top 10. And of course, it was really tough putting these in order. I love them all. They're all great. I didn't know whether I should put them in order as from the least to the most oud based, or is it just? I just chose to put them in the order that I like. Like number one being my favorite at the time being, of course. This changes with time and with use and everything, so don't take it too seriously. Number 10, the infamous Black Afghano from Nasumato. Black Afghano, as black as it is and dark, that's kind of what it smells like. It's a very smoky, daring, balsamic, woody, very aggressive, resinous, green scent. I mean, that's how I feel. It's beautifully crafted, powerful performance, almost too powerful sometimes. I kind of sense that it's kind of linear. It just it settles down as it dries down, but in a good way. Very elegantly mysterious. I think it's sophisticated. It's not for everyone, and it's popular. They say it smells like hashish. Uh, I mean, you kind of smell it, but I've smelled more hashish fragrances. Uh, but it's kind of in there somewhere. Not marijuana like hashish. I don't know if you know the difference. But anyway, Black Afghano, number 10. Number 9 would be from the House of Serge. This is the beautiful Mamluk. Mamluk. Um, this is a very powerful, pungent honey, jasmine, caramel, very sweet with oud in the background. It's beautiful. It's like a gourmandish, sweet, and delicious fragrance. I think it's a little daring, but gets much better with time. I had mixed feelings about it at first, but then I really like it. Very sweet, but in a very good way. Mamluk at number 9. Down to number 8. Number 8. This is popular. A lot of people like it. Barely has any oud in it, but this is from the House of Tom Ford. Oud Wood. This is, I think it's the vintage, or one of the, when it was recently released. I think it's been reformulated, but the performance is pretty good on this one. I heard that it's not so good on the reformulations. I'm not so sure, but it's, there's not much I can say adding to what's being said out there, but it's a terrific scent, with very easy to wear. It's masculine, classy, soft opening. It's more woodsy than oudi, with a lovely, not very sweet vanilla in the dry down. So that's oud wood at number 8. Now we go down to number 7. Number 7 from the same house, Tom Ford, Plum Japonais. This stuff is amazing. It's very stunning. It's a plum fragrance with an oud in the background, some spices, some like smoky incense. It's my favorite plum fragrance by far at the time being. I also think it's very versatile, but many might disagree. This works in the warm weather, but if you control your sprays, it's pretty good. Plum Japonais at number 7. Okay, so now we're down to number 6. This barely made my top 5. At first I thought it was definitely my top 5, but I don't know. I tried smelling all of these before I listed them, and I don't know. I just maybe at the time I liked the other ones a little bit more, but I would say number 6 from the House of Wudian. This is Gold 1. You can see that. Ah, there's a 1 somewhere. This stuff is amazing. This house is just absolutely amazing. It's a beautiful oud-based blend with an ambery accord. It has a musky floral vanilla, maybe like a sandalwood feel to it. It's the best, I think, westernized Arabian, Middle Eastern oud-based perfume. This stuff is great, amazing. Gold 1 by Wudian. Okay, down to number 5, the top 5. Top 5. Number 5, from the House of Themin, amazing. Carved Oud. Carved Oud is a wonderful oud fragrance, similar to Oud Wood from Tom Ford, but it's very smooth, very comforting. It's not skanky at all. I think it's sweeter than Oud Wood, but smells way more natural. You can sense the quality, and the performance is even better. It's smooth, sophisticated, regal. I also think this is very versatile. It's I like to say it's a heavenly version of Oud Wood. Amazing. Carved Oud at number 5. Okay, down to number 4. Again, from the House of Nasumato, this is none other than Pardon. Wow. Pardon is a delicious, sensual, dark, sexy, woody, patchouli, chocolatey scent. It's so sophisticated. It's a stunning juice that lasts forever, keeps getting better and better in the dry down. Absolutely wonderful. Very mature and sophisticated. It's one of the best. This could easily be number 1. Amazing. And you love it more and more with time and as it dries down. And it's great when it's cold out. In cold weather, you can really smell it the way it should smell. Pardon at number 4. All right, down to the top 3. This was not easy. Okay, number 3. From the House of Roja Parfums, Amber Oud. This stuff is a cool little bottle. It's I think it's 30 mil. Yeah, 30 mils. Amazing. The name is a little misleading, I think. I don't really detect any amber. Could be ambergris, but starts with a very high quality oud and rose, perfectly blended, not like any other. This is what Arabian rose ouds wish to be. Kind of citrusy in the opening. It's uplifting. Becomes very smooth and complex, and dry down, lasts forever. Very classy, luxurious. This is royal stuff from Roja Dove at number 3. Okay, number 2. Back to the House of Serge. Obviously, Serge is one of, if not my favorite house. Okay, number 2 is this beauty, Alkat. Alkat is another beautiful blend. I think it's Cambodian oud and jasmine. I sense a touch of bergamot, There's vanilla, oak moss, benzoin. It's absolutely glorious. It's radiant, it's unique, beautiful oriental. This has massive projection, longevity. Uh, this is one of the, I mean, I've listened to a lot of reviews and read a lot about it before I smelled it. You cannot imagine how it smells until you actually smell it. Words can't do justice, as many say. At number 2, Alcott. Okay, down to the number 1. Okay, this one is again from the house of Serge. This beauty right here. Warda al-Oud, which translate to rose of the Oud. This stuff is amazing. This stuff is insane. I mean, it smells so... It's like a musky, syrupy rose with white floral notes. There's like Cambodian oud in it. I mean, the notes are misleading. It's a great, sweet, and it's like fresh in a weird way. It gives you a sense of cleanliness. It's very clean and different. Very unique. It's hard to describe this one until you smell it, seriously. Beautifully blended, very long lasting. You will not regret. I mean, I don't know. This stuff is amazing. I can't get enough of it. And you just dab a few drops here and there, and you're good to go. At number 1, the beautiful Warda al-Oud. Okay, that's about it for tonight. Those were my 15 top favorites. I hope I didn't take too long. I mean, I know I kind of did. Sorry for that. I guess I'll just see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment. Name your favorites down in the comments down below. Let's start a discussion. And thank you very much again for watching. See you next time.